So my name is Rob Skeoch, and I worked as a career photographer and started shooting black and white 50 years ago when I was in high school and in the camera club. So I've been processing black and white for 50 years, and I just thought I would do a quick demo on loading the steel reels. I think people do have a problem with steel reels. I think it's because they overthink it. It's actually quite simple, so that's kind of the way to go. This is how I do it. There's probably better ways. This is not the proper way. This is just how I've been doing it for 50 years. So the first thing, I use steel reels. This is a Kinderman reel. Maybe they're a little bit premium. They're hard to find now used for sure, but premium on the market. And this is a regular kind of what I would call offshore made in China reel that they've been around for 50 years as well. So the first thing I do is I line up everything along the wall of the darkroom so that in the dark I'm not searching for things, everything's along the wall. So that's good. And the next thing I do is I bring out two reels. I'm only loading one roll, but you know, these things have attitude. Some days you just cannot load this reel. So I just switch to another reel. And other days this reel will load fine. I don't know why it works like that. Anyways, I bring two reels and just have the extra. Now the thing with the 120 roll is after you break the seal, this is totally in the dark normally. When you pull it out, there's the backing paper. So it kind of looks like this. This is just the paper. This is not the film. This is just the paper behind the film. And this is garbage. You've got to make sure that you're not rolling the backing paper onto the reel, but that you're loading the actual film. So as you see here, they separate. So here's the film on this side, on the top, and the backing paper is below, and then it will be taped. So first thing I do is I pull off the backing paper. So when you're processing the film, you've separated the paper back from the film. Now you're going to discard the paper back. There'll be an extra reel. You're going to discard that. Although I do keep one around just in case I ever lose the one that's in the camera. But I've got it clipped under this rubber tab. And on the metal ones, you just clip it under this little clip. But if you don't have a tab or you can't get it to clip, just hold it with your finger for a round or two. As you roll it on, the goal is to not get any kinks. So I'm slightly pinching it with my right hand as I roll it on, slightly. That just gets it past the metal on reel into the next layer. It slowly rolls on. It's not a complex thing. It doesn't take that long. Don't overthink it. You get to the end of the roll and you got the tape there. We're all good. So what you can see is it's rolled on evenly. There's no kinks. There's no areas where there'll be uneven development. You pop it in the can, put the lid on, and now you can turn the lights on. You can see here there's a rubber ring. I'm just going to gently put a bit of the film under there. It doesn't really lock in place, but it's held down enough. And once I get a roll or two going, it rolls on quite smoothly. So this reel has a metal clip. You can see it right there. And the idea is to get a bit of the film underneath that clip just to hold it as you get started. Again, if you don't have a clip or it won't hold or you can't get it in, just hold it with your thumb, get a couple of wraps going, and then you'll be fine. It's simple to do. You don't want to overthink it. A slight pinching on the right-hand side just to get the film around the spiral. Jumps right on there. And then at the end, you've just got the tape. And the goal is to have a nice, even, rolled spiral with no kinks and no marks where it will touch the film in different layers. So that's rolling a 120 steel reel. You pop it in the can, you put the lid on, you can turn the lights on. 120 is probably more difficult than 35 because the film is just wider and it feels a little thinner. I'm not sure that it is. And some films are thinner than other films. So the thinner the film, the harder it is to roll. And there used to be 220 reels. I guess it doesn't matter anymore because there's no 220 film, but the 220 reels were very fine between each spiral. and very difficult to load. I don't think I ever loaded a 220 reel properly, but there's no 220 film anymore. So don't overthink it. It's easy to do. Once you've got it on there, drop it in the can, put the lid on. Now you can turn the lights on. That's how you roll a 120 roll.